Welcome back to Dead Rising 4.
I need to get Barnaby's research back from Obscurus.
Well, you don't really have to. I mean, there's no rush because there's no time limit.
Hammond, it's Frank West. Yeah, look, I need your help breaking into the Obscurus base.
We can just leisurely take all the time we want. I mean, it's a new year, it's a new us. Let's just sit back and relax, you know?
In the big house.
Yeah.
I'm off the radar. Talk later.
Wait, which house? Hammond. Oh, great. Looks like I'll be knocking on some doors.
Oh yeah, Hammond's a person that's in this game.
But he's dead.
She's dead. Not dead. She's alive. You remember the woman with the key to the city?
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's Hammond. But anyway, I need to make a couple addendums, and I need to also praise the game designers. Just a little bit. For one thing, collectibles make audio cues. Every single one of them has an audio cue. They are reused, I guess, audio samples from the previous 3 Dead Rising games. So if you're ever in a room and you just happen to hear like a little ringing, chances are there's a collectible next to you, and for a game with this many collectibles, that is amazing. So thank you for that.
When does your inventory get expanded?
You do that through your upgrade screen, so the more skill points you get, the more you can upgrade your inventory.
But I feel like we've used a lot of skill points, and we haven't upgraded once, it seems.
We have, but there are 4 pages worth of upgrades, so I just haven't gotten to them yet.
Not a single one of them has been an inventory upgrade so far? How does that work?
One of them has been. There are also certain level caps you need to reach in order to increase certain skills, so
But
we'll
we're level
eventually get
46. I figured we'd be more upgraded than this by now.
there. Oh, we'll get there, hopefully.
It kind of feels like we're still at the same level we were when we were level 10.
I mean, I'm kind of noticing some increases. Not really. I definitely am going to start using a lot more combo weapons. Like, even though some of the combo weapons have been useless up to this point, I still want to, make them, use them. We'll start to get to some of the funny ones, especially in the next episode. But we're getting there. We'll eventually feel powerful.
The zombies still hurt like hell, though, and they still take forever to kill.
Yes, they do.
You just walked underneath his fingernails, and it took away 2 health.
Yes, it did. So, allow me to make my first addendum, speaking of health. I can't believe I didn't notice this looking back at all the footage, but the reason there is a separate inventory for healing items and you can't see what they are anymore is because every healing item heals the exact same amount.
I was worried about that.
So now you no longer have to worry about what you pick up because they all heal, by default, 200 health.
Also, it's easier to program and it saves time, so
Yes, it does. Yeah, don't look behind the curtain. There's a guy back there, and he's making all the buttons work. I don't know how I feel about that, because there were certain healing items, like the superpower dog in Dead Rising 3, that gave you every block of your health back. But since we're dealing with numbers, and, healing items don't matter, you could just pick up a water bottle, and it has the same healing factor as a medical kit.
I think it was perfect with Dead Rising 1, and 2 and 3, subsequently. You got your expensive alcohol, which healed, a really good chunk of health, but you couldn't drink a whole lot of them at once.
Correct.
Otherwise you'd throw up. So you have to go out and find that orange juice, which heals a lot, but it's a bit harder to find,
So we're about to jump into a new Maniac fight, but it is so lackluster and silly. Because I actually like this setup. You have a high school or a junior high. Well, I guess it would be high school, otherwise we'd be killing kids. We have a high school football team that has gone insane. And the Grim Gobbler is the main maniac we need to take out. He's the guy in the mascot uniform.
End zone, boys! You're gonna take
I barely noticed him.
Because there's no presence. The only thing you get is, like... Okay. Let me give you some perspective.
I thought he was in the building. I thought he was, yelling at you over a PA, but oh no, he's just right there. What the fuck?
Yeah, let me give you some perspective. By the way, the Hail Mary from Dead Rising 2 and 3 comes back as the football bomb, and it does so much more damage in this game. It's actually a great combo weapon now.
The football bomb.
Yes. I believe that's what it's called.
Hail Mary was just... that was a clever title. Now it's just a football bomb. No one's gonna know what a Hail Mary is.
Do you think they lost the rights to the Hail Mary?
What I really think happened is Microsoft said, hang on, we're not gonna have that in our game.
Yeah, no talking to moms in Xbox games. The programming will always be absolutely shocking to me, because in my Capcom Heroes playthrough for this chapter, the guy didn't even get off a lick of dialogue, so I didn't even know he was in the vicinity until I walked in here. He didn't say anything, and then he just started attacking me. So I think I just walked into a LARP session accidentally.
For crying out loud!
Like, what drives me nuts is that there is nothing. You don't even have to always have a big cutscene. Just zoom into the guy and have him do a little dance. Let him know that this guy is something I need to worry about. Something to give him some presents.
I mean, basically all we got here was if you don't, rush up to the school, he has this big old monologue. But if you go any faster than a brisk walk, he skips his dialogue and said, oh, wait, we have an intruder, kill him. So you skip all the context for this fight.
Why is the military here? Is this...
This is why I hate organized sports.
Whatever. But you know that if there was a cutscene attached to this guy, you know it would be hilarious.
It would be. All of these maniacs could have been saved with cutscenes, or, at the very least, stopping everything in the game and having us focus on the guy, on the gal, whoever is going insane. Focusing on them... By the way, this guy's AI is bugged. Yeah, just having more focus would save a lot of stuff. Oops. Alright, so another addendum I need to make, and, this kind of makes me feel sad, is, how, 2 episodes ago we were having some actual decent fun with the exosuit?
Yeah.
There's a couple things I got a bit wrong in that regard. During that story reason for having an exosuit that didn't go down until we left the vicinity, there is actually a story explanation as to why it didn't go down. We had a wireless signal giving us infinite power for the time being.
Uh-huh. Right.
Uh-huh.
And then you went out of that wireless signal, which just happened to be where it would stop,
Yeah, so that's
being broken.
That is definitely a game trigger, and that's normal in games. And giving it story significance, it's alright, but it's still cutting corners a bit.
It just means I can't have as much fun. It's dumb.
I know. And another thing
you can only
is...
have fun when it allows me to have fun. I can't have it on my own.
No. And actually, here's something. You remember that combo weapon I couldn't find?
Yeah? Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
Uh-huh, so that's a thing. Our boy Fist Wrist cannot dig, so you need an exosuit to unlock specific combo weapon blueprints.
You need an exosuit for the blueprints?
Yeah. Another thing that kind of kills the fun for me is, you see that 28 right there? The blinking 28?
Oh, it's gone now.
It is gone now. It even says this in-game, but that is no longer a kill counter, it is a hit counter.
Better keep tabs on this one.
Okay.
So all the pomp and circumstance we had for me reaching over 2,000 supposed kills was not actually kills, it was actually hits.
Well, now it feels less special.
It does feel less special, and for the person who pointed this out, thank you for pointing it out, but also, let me have this. I want to have fun, and I'm trying. So this means, my kill count drastically went down. Instead of killing over 2,000, Apparently, I only killed 1,177.
It just feels like every single turn in this game where we have some semblance of fun.
I know.
It has to go, whoa, 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 hang on now, hold your horses, sport, alright? Mm-hmm. Just...
I want to play a game with you. Okay, we're gonna have fun in this game, alright?
Please!
Okay, here's what we're gonna do.
Alright.
Within this chapter, there's going to be a lot of what I would consider fucking around. And that means going into different buildings, finding combo weapons. We're just going to be doing a bit of cleanup in this chapter. Until, the plot takes over.
Making a collectathon out of this, right? Yeah.
Correct. Just to add a bit of variety.
Uh-huh.
Every time Fist Wrist goes into a house, I want you to see if you can identify how quickly the game is actually creating the world behind the door.
Oh, no. It can't handle the open world aspect, can it?
Picture this. Every time you open a door, the game is, as quickly as it can, creating the model for the inside of the house. I'm out of here! Now, this is a clever masking technique that is used in actually a lot of games, where, you have a transition that loads in the next area. By the way, this guy's going to disappear here in a few moments. And he's gone.
Huh. Magic.
And that is actually another masking technique. If you turn your camera to not see something, the enemies or the people can deload themselves. But, every time we walk into a house, I want you to see if you can identify the entire model being created before your very eyes.
Well, you see, that's why we had to have loading screens and going from place to place in Dead Rising 1 and 2. This is why if we want to get to a new area in Dead Rising 3, we have to go through, a bottleneck, a pinch point. Having everything loaded at once, it's going to lead to problems.
And that was actually one of the big issues for creating Dead Rising 3 for last-gen consoles, if I remember correctly. Because the game is so big, and there are literally no loading zones besides loading up cutscenes, the long drives between the different cities of Los Perdidos was the loading screen.
Yeah, they found a way to make it work.
Exactly. So you're still doing stuff, and you don't even notice the loading because it's that quick.
Yeah, that's a trick as old as time itself.
Yes. Alright, here we go. Here's our first example. Now, we're looking for Hammond, the next story plot progression thing.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Alright, so I actually slowed this one down. Let's take a look. Oh, watch it get loaded. Oh! So the basics are loaded into the houses, a lot of the architecture and stuff like that. But the walls aren't fully loaded until you open the door.
Wouldn't like a small cutscene of him opening the door and take away control of the camera and him closing it, wouldn't that fix the whole thing?
Right, West. The great.
I believe so. The cutscene, but okay, I'm thinking back to Dead Rising 1. Let me put my brain on from when we Let's Played that.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever Frank opened a door in Dead Rising 1, it was basically a small cutscene of him opening and closing a door. Now, every segment of Willamette was its own contained area that was already preloaded every time. That's why there were so many loading screens in that game. And
so you don't have this problem because it has a lot of things to load too, things you can pick up and throw and kill things with.
Oh yes, it's actually a technical marvel for the 360 of all things.
Oh yes.
But yeah, as soon as you go open world, you need to find some different techniques. And when it's not given the spit and polish of the previous games, you start to notice the cracks in the armor. As it were.
I think they spit on it, but no polish.
Hawked a big old loogie on it. Wait a minute. Is that what I think it is on the wall? It is.
that's what this is, isn't it? This is the shitty direct-to-DVD sequel to the Willamette incident.
Oh my god.
It all makes sense.
Oh
It
my
all makes
god.
sense now.
Yeah. Now, Capcom Vancouver, there's a missed opportunity in here. First of all, putting an outfit based on one of your game designers, that's a bit self-flagellating, I guess.
Ew, what?
Uh-huh, this is the game designer outfit that you can find in this washer.
Why?
I don't know. I honestly do not know.
What other dev dudes looks like dresses like that?
I believe so. At least that's the impression I get from it. It could not be the case, but the carrying bag has a book with the label Designs with a Z on it. So I'm just gonna say yes, it's based on one of the developers.
It's weird, man.
It is. By the way, we're gonna be rocking Servbot mask for a little bit.
Does this make my face look fat?
I can just pretend it's TJ Rotolo.
For the first time ever, a Dead Rising game has actually done something with the Servbot helmet. The Servbot helmet has emoticons. Based on what happens whenever Fist does something, the Servbot helmet actually changes, and we're going to see a great example of that in this episode.
I remember hearing about this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks to the individual who told me about that, I immediately tried it out, and it's amazing. Yeah.
I saw a little bit of the eye.
Oh yeah. We're gonna be seeing a bit of that because it also does it in cutscenes. Every cutscene's is in engine. It's not pre-render. Okay, let's look through the door. Oh, there we go.
And let there be light.
All the cutscenes are in engine, so that saves on a bit of time, and you don't have to make pre-render cutscenes, which means everything that happens through costumes, through anything like that, it all translates over to the cutscenes, which is pretty nice.
I heard Link amputated the LC with one blow. Let's check it out. Way to go.
Were you guys just constantly shooting?
Yes. There are soldiers that are so bugged that even when there are no targets, they will continuously shoot their infinite guns.
America, right?
America indeed. Hey, some more Capcom references.
Street Fighter Alpha, Street Fighter 4,
And Strider!
and Street Fighter Strider.
Street Strider Store.
Feet Strider.
Ooh. A Strider that can kill people with his feet.
Oh, sorry, that says featuring Strider, my bad.
Oh, featuring Strider, excuse me.
It was abbreviated.
Hey, you know how this game is chock full of references to Capcom's history?
Yes.
There is actually a point value given to taking pictures of Capcom references. They are called Capcom Tributes, and we actually saw one in the previous house. That does not apply to any of the posters, any of the magazines. The only thing it applies to is the goddamn Blanca mask.
That's it.
I even tried taking a picture... Ooh, God, that was a bad one.
Oof. Oh. Yeah.
The Servbot helmet served as a loading zone. Yeah, I tried taking pictures of posters. Nothing happened. Let's see. Arcade machines. Costumes that are just like on mannequins. None of that worked. But the stupid Blanca mask worked.
Not even King Arthur's helmet?
Yeah, I tried that too. It didn't give me points for it.
Are you kidding? It's a fucking Capcom tribute.
It's right there. Guys, what's going on?
It's been 13 episodes of this. I'm starting to get to the point where, okay, yeah, I get it. You're a Capcom game. I get it, alright?
Yeah, and the only reason I put in the Capcom Heroes playthrough is to give me something better to look at.
Well, it's not just Capcom Heroes, because that's an amalgamation of everything that's in the main game. You know, you got the comic book store, which has a bunch of Capcom references. Every house has some sort of Capcom item in it. You know, you got everything everywhere having to do with Capcom references. There's even a special category of picture, I guess, that's called Capcom Trivia. It's like, okay. Why don't you focus on this game instead of the other games, yeah?
Oh, perfect opportunity. All right, check this out. This is something that was actually advertised in the opening trailer. You can take selfies with zombies.
Maybe with not the Servbot helmet.
Oh, that kind of ruins it, but, you know, at least you can do it. That is actually harder than you think, because when you get into a zombie's vicinity, they immediately aggro on you. So right there was the perfect opportunity where they were aggroed on something other than me.
Good.
Hammond. See, that one wasn't that bad because there's barely anything else to load.
I like how everything is just pitch black by the before you go in there.
I can tell your secrets. I've been playing games long enough. I know the tricks.
That's gotta be Hammond.
Just a simple cutscene of him opening the door would have fixed everything. Just 2 seconds.
They kind of have it. It's just too short for the game's liking.
Just like 2 seconds. Move the camera around so you can't see everything getting loaded in. Just work with it.
Hey,
What happened to you?
Tom blamed me for the raid even though he knew it wasn't our fault. He's insane. He's locked people in the cellar, he's banished people, he's put people on trial like he's Henry VIII. And then there's these rumors of people disappearing without a trace.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna kill him. And I'm hoping you're gonna help. There's civilians at Tom's farm.
Okay.
We need to get
Okay. Point for you, Dead Rising 4.
We're on it.
Adding emotions to the Servbot helmet changes the entire paradigm of the game.
I don't have very many points to give out, but that is like... this is a gilded point, a gold-flaked tally mark for you, Dead Rising 4. You've earned it.
Thinking about this in like a programming perspective, they actually had to give fist, wrist...
Get them running?
First of all, emotions.
Yeah, I'll work my magic.
Second of all,
That bitch will be locked and loaded.
the helmet has to react to what he is reacting to
Oh,
in
that's
cutscenes
nice.
and in-game.
Boss.
They probably have, like, some sort of grouping system based on what emotions he gives, and then they match the Servbot to it.
Put me on water duty.
Or maybe it has to do with the mocap, like if frowning. If frown motion given add to Servbot helmet.
We need
Yeah.
enough for at least 30 people. Shanta's got a ton of bottled water. Start there.
Fetch water, Connor. Pack the bags, Connor. It's like I'm the designated apocalypse bitch.
Ah, Muffin.
Well, I'm glad we nipped that in the bud.
Can we start using that as a way to, like, downplay people just throwing a fit? It's just like, oh, this game sucks. It's just a piece of shit. Sakura Wars 5 was better. Oh, Muffin.
Oh, Muffin.
Oh, come on.
Well, what can you say to that?
Oh, Muffin.
Oh, Muffin.
The zombie's hand is coming through the wall. Actually, you know what? Ah, crap. I'm gonna have to go back through my old footage. That might be the exact same amount of time given for opening a door from Dead Rising 1. It was only a couple seconds, but...
Well, by that point, it had everything loaded in.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
The game kind of has to guess where you think you might go, and needs to load probably a lot more, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'm still gonna give technical credit, Because even the Xbox One had a hard time sometimes with Dead Rising 3 and the amount of just objects and everything that was on screen at one time. So, still, even with the foam and caution tape presentation of Dead Rising 4, they're still loading in a large variety of junk for you to mess around with.
I don't know which higher-up told them to make an open-world Dead Rising in 18 months, but they did it.
I don't know. It just seems like standard progression, because if your third game was open world, you got to make the next one open world. It's like, for example, how are we going to go back to a regular dungeon-esque Zelda after Breath of the Wild?
You can still do it. Just keep the shrine dungeons and add bigger, larger dungeons. Like I said, the Divine Beast, where it's just... I don't really like the Divine Beast dungeons too much. Have, like, full dungeons instead.
Okay.
Be a big hit.
We have a lot to do over in that top area, so next time on Dead Rising 4, we're heading to North Peak to take out quite a bit and do a tad bit of cleanup.
Thank God we're about done. I was about to go into a Breath of the Wild rave, because I've been back in that lately.
But maybe you'll get your chance, because next episode is just collecting. There's not a lot of story happening.
Oh, I'll save it then.
Sounds great. This chapter is totally for you, my friend. I am, what's the opposite of preface?
Suffix?
Yeah, we'll go with that. I've been saving this for you, let's say that.
Oh, well, alright.
First off, we're doing the second DLC, so we're no longer on stocking stuff, we're now the Eat Your Heart Out, the Valentine's Day DLC is going to be on for this version of Capcom Heroes. Which means all the zombies get little love serve bots.
Oh, come on. Is that free LC?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, no way I'm gonna pay $3 to have everybody wear fucking Surbot hats and have Cupid's arrows.
Yeah, so the annoying zombies all have Cupid arrows through their heads, and I believe the fresh zombies are now roses? And also your human NPCs also have flower outfits, and I believe, I don't know, chocolate men in underwear? We'll get to that later. But today's Capcom Hero is something we unlocked from last chapter, Sir Arthur. Sir Arthur. There we go.
Sir Arthur, yeah!
The savior of Willamette!
All right. His attacks suck.
I would have him jump the same way he does in Ghosts and Goblins.
Some Capcom heroes actually have unique animations. So here's the Lance. Pretty good. The Holy Water, or Holy Fire. Here's a special attack. Pretty good.
Looked more Golden Axey than Ghosts and Goblins, though.
Yeah, I kind of thought that too, especially when he raised the axe and got a bunch of lightning. But there's one small aspect of Sir Arthur's costume that is a nice little addition. Like this attack right here, this is nothing. If you get surrounded, you're gonna get hurt a lot just because he's not fast enough. He's not like your zombie Frank where you're like slashing across. Let's see. There's your Y attack where he just throws one down in his feet. But running has different properties.
Aha!
There it is.
There it is.
And it even comes with a sound effect. And our poster for the day. I hope you're ready for it, because again...
Generic Racing 2!
These episodes are for you! So let's get Okami in there. Excellent.
It's my favorite game of all time, I think. I've thought about it, and, well, how many times have I bought this game? Every time, so Okami it is.
An action-adventure game where the player controls Amaterasu, the Shinto sun goddess in the form of a white wolf.
I mean, if it comes out for PS5, I'll probably get that, too.
Oh, absolutely. It's a 4K game, originally released on PS2. It's beautiful no matter what system you put it on.
I think it's already on 4K on the PS4.
Yes, it is. This chapter's really buggy, and this is probably one of the worst offenders. I can't believe this happened. So, look how far away I am in Capcom Heroes.
Uh-huh.
Whoa!
What the?
What? the
Where were you?
fuck happened?
What happened?
The zombie was targeted on me, and his unavoidable attack triggered, like, 30 feet away.
See, that is what, that's what we in the business call a Marth grab.
Wow. Like, I was distraught because when he let go of me, he, like, fell into a car. Or something like that. It was so distraught, and there's a lot more fuckery that's happening with this chapter. This one's probably the least well put together, I'll put it lightly.
This episode of Dead Wrestling 4 is brought to you by Fist Wrists, proof you don't need hands for hand-to-hand combat.